Hello, I'm Mr. Smith. I am the senior instructor of English at Tennessee Tech, and I will be your teacher for English Comp 1, Writing 1, also known as English 1010. It is a basic essay writing course. And I've clicked here that it's an online class in scare quotes, meaning that a lot of our work we do with our hearts and our minds, and we use computers. That's just the nature of the business in higher ed these days. The only difference is that we're not lecturing and meeting face to face in a classroom, but the quality and the vibe of Mr. Smith is energy and community, and I'm here to help you succeed in this course. And so the real gift is you doing the writing and then getting feedback from me and from other folks. So there's really not that much to me that makes this a quote unquote online class. This is just a class. And it just happens to be that the containers that we're using include email and iLearn, and in this case, a YouTube video. So we're glad you're here. Well, welcome to this semester. Most of you are probably incoming first year students at the university. And we're just so grateful that you're here, that you chose to come and study with us. A lot of times we dive into classes and start following instructions without really thinking about our purpose. And I want you at every stage of our class this semester, because you will be expressing yourself, to think seriously and carefully and joyfully even about your purpose and your presence in your studies, in your interactions with other people on the campus. So try to look to this as a growing experience to find yourself. And that sounds a little bit, like a cliche in a movie that I came to college to find myself, but it actually is true. So I hope that you will take advantage of this to really examine your motives and to do this for yourself. Don't do it for a family member. Definitely don't do it for me, the teacher. I'm a tired old guy. I've been here over 20 years. Don't do it for me. Do it for yourself. Do it to grow and to learn. And there's going to be an exercise that we're going to do that I encourage you to do after watching this video, or at the end of watching this video, where you really get into experiencing that idea of why you are here. Not just taking English 1010, not just attending university, but the entire experience that you're engaging on. The main purpose of this class, you may see that you're going to write multiple essays, and a couple of them are going to be very experimental, creative projects, like our final, the mixtape. And our first experience, the letter writing, is a little bit different than traditional essays. But the purpose here is not necessarily some of those minutiae that are important, mind you, the technique aspects of the course. But the main purpose is to gain confidence in writing and not sound like whatever you don't want to sound like. You want to sound confident and professional. And so through repeated practices in writing exercises, my purpose as your instructor and kind of your coach this semester is to encourage you to gain confidence in written expression. And so crafting good sentences, introductions, conclusions, maybe even a thesis statement, transitional words and phrases, sentence variety, word choice, all the things, all these building blocks of language that go into written communication. These are all important, but this is not a class in the correct use of the comma or the capital letter or the period or the semicolon or even the quotation mark, but rather a holistic experience to help you feel better about using written expression in professional and academic and in personal contexts. And so hopefully you will gain confidence in your writing and not sound like a blank, whatever word you might insert there. And these exact words here come from a previous student of mine in this exact course. I didn't put these words there. They were put out by a student. When I asked a student, why are you really here? Why did you want to take this class? And you're thinking, I didn't want to take this class. It's a required class. It's part of the general education core. But I want you to learn to want to be here and to try to have fun. And just because we're not gathering, hey, you can listen to this video right now while you're walking to your next class. You can listen to it to put yourself to sleep at night. You can listen to it in the morning while you're getting ready. There is a lot of flexibility that we've added to our format by going with this long distance or correspondence or online format. It's very important that you think about what happened at freshman convocation. If you attended as a first-year student, you took an oath of induction into the university community. We are a community of scholars. You are a scholar now, and you attended a very top school for seriousness about scholarship. And so we're going to practice academic honesty and integrity at all times. And that just simply means do your own work, turn in your own work. Don't give me work that you borrowed from somewhere. I just happened to find it on the internet, Mr. Smith. No, we're going to write in our own words and do our own work at all times. There are consequences for violating academic integrity, but I'm not going to talk about those consequences. They are detailed in the syllabus, those potential consequences. I simply wish to say to you as you're watching this video that you can do this class on your own. You don't need any extra help to do this course. It's actually not going to be your hardest class. There's quite a bit of work to do. And so the hard part is just going to be showing up and doing the work, but it's not hard in terms of it's not going to wreck your GPA or anything like that. This is going to be a class that you can achieve a strong grade of an A or a B in as long as you do what is asked of you. Especially since we're meeting virtually all semester long and not at a specific time and place, it's very important for you to check your Tennessee Tech email and to log into iLearn on the interweb here on the World Wide Web, the computer thing or the telephone or the iPad, whatever, Kindle, whatever you're using. I would recommend that you do this work not on your smartphone, but do all your work for this course on a dedicated personal computer, a laptop, a desktop, or you can use the free computers that are provided by the university. If you do not own a personal computer, you can take advantage of the free computer resources provided by the university in various computer labs and the Volpe library. Do your writing assignments. Don't turn in work that's not your own, and just stay regularly logging in to the course. And the iLearn platform is going to be new to some of you. I've actually used a lot of sort of fun and kind of crazy alternatives. I once used an intranet social media source. I've used other websites is what I'm saying. So I'm not an iLearn expert. There are iLearn experts on our campus that can help you navigate things. And if there is a technology error on your side or my side, we're going to give each other grace and flexibility with that. We're not going to be second guessing each other there. I'll provide you guys plenty of opportunities to make up work if you have to. Ideally, you'll do all the work on time and all the work, the technology will work. But I've already made technology mistakes in the semester just started. I'm recording this on the first day of the semester. So, hey, look, it's just part of being a human being. And these machines are here to help us, not to rule over us. Okay. So welcome to this. The first the first assignment that's due at the very beginning of the course is a survey and learning contract that was sent to you. It included a link to a description of my kind of promises and expectations that I have of you this semester, and then a very short survey. This is if you read over the syllabus, read over the promises that I've made, read over the questions and answer them honestly. This is just a short, maybe 20-minute, half an hour at the most. Some of you probably took a lot less time to complete this assignment. So this is the first assignment. It is required and it is worth 5 points. And so go ahead and just get that out of the way before you forget to complete that learning survey and learning contract, that welcome survey and learning contract. Writing, again, is not words on a page. It's not these symbols, these letters out of our 26-letter alphabet or whatever. It's not these symbols that form words that conjure images in our mind that are expressed with sounds that we use with our vocal cords when we speak them that make us think of this thing. So the word is not the thing. It's a reference to the thing. But all of this is getting way ahead of myself. It's not the minutia. I said that already. It's not the little itty bitty details of how you do it, but it's about why we do this. Okay. And I said that you're doing this to gain confidence. And I'm going to tell you that the reason we do this is to pay attention to what's going on in our world, to be participants, to be active members of our community, to be, seizing the day, getting involved in life, and paying attention to what's happening to us, thoughts and feelings and experiences. So to pay attention to everything that's going on in your studies and in your life and in your community. Here, you're exploring all kinds of new and exciting parts of yourself being a young adult. Get involved and be a part of all of that, and pay attention to what happens while you're a part of that. And then go and tell the truth about everything. And I'm going to give you a series of writing prompts this semester. Just be honest, tell the truth, be yourself. And this will lead us to liberation. Actually, human freedom comes through many venues, but one of them is creative expression. And becoming more confident in your writing can make you feel more adult, more free, give you power in the world. Now, you don't want to use power ever over other people. We have three kinds of power class in the world. There's a power over others, and we don't want to use that. We want to use the power that is within us. Some of us even would use spiritual language to describe that power within us. Maybe comes from a higher power. And then there's power with each other, and that's me. I'm your coach in this class, and so I'm going to collaborate and help you to gain more empowerment. And then those two things, power within and power with others, this creates community, this creates society, this creates the benefits of life, a life well lived. And so make the most of this semester and the most of this class. And I'm here to answer questions and help you at every interval along the way. I've been using this for all of my career. So it's going back to the late 1990s when I got started in Murfreesboro, where I was trained as a writing instructor at Middle Tennessee State in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. That's where I got my training. And I got involved in this as a profession in the early days of this century. My first semester at the current institution, we had September 11th. I remember driving to work that day and learning about that scary, scary day. Some of you were born around that time. Some of you were born, as say, incoming this semester. You might have been born around 2003, 2004, 2005. And so I was in this chair, if you will, even before y'all were born. And I maybe, we'll get there in a few years. Well, I will have taught your parents if I can stay long enough in my current position. But this list of ideas is for practice. And so what you do before you do any assignment is you do a free write. You do an exercise. You get the mental calisthenics going. You do the mental exercise. You do the warm-ups like you would do a morning stretch or a morning yoga. You get your brain kind of in gear. You crank up the engine, right? And so these are just simple ideas that come from a writing teacher of mine called Natalie Goldberg. And one is to keep your hand moving. So you do a short timed writing of 5 or 10 minutes, and you use your keyboard or a pen and a paper, and you set a timer on your phone or on your Alexa or whatever, and you say, I'm going to write nonstop for 5 minutes, and you just get it out there. There's no right or wrong. It's just it's a flow state. It's getting into the groove. It's happening right in your hand. And you unlock parts of your brain. You tune into that channel out there called the writer voice. And everybody has that channel. You just might need to tweak the antenna of your mind a little bit to get access to it. But by doing these short timed writings, these warm-up writings, these brainstorming writings at the beginning of every writing project will allow you to have the most access to that. And then once you've started, and you know that you're not going to stop for that 5-10 minutes. Sometimes you might even sustain a 15-minute timed writing practice. Then you get lost in it. You don't try to use, the editor brain. I say my right hand is the creator, and if you're left-handed, it would be that hand. My right hand is the creator, and the left hand is the editor. And we don't let that editor come in there and grab that hand and pull it back. You fall all the way into it, and you don't worry if it's right or wrong or scary or if some dark stuff comes up. You just get involved in it. And you get as specific as possible. You say not, fruit, but apple, not car, but my 2013 orange Subaru Crosstrek covered in stickers. If you meet Mr. Smith in town, he's driving an orange, a beat up, about a 9-year-old Subaru covered in silly stickers, like you might cover your laptop. What are you driving? Write out in your notes right now what car you're driving and describe it in great detail. What's under the hood? Are there any aftermarket? Have you tricked it out aftermarket? What color is it? What kind of brand are you? You can say that about the clothing that you're wearing, the person, your significant other. It's just not a woman that you're dating. It's a very special significant other. It's not just a man that you're dating. It's just a very specific significant other. Be as specific as you possibly can in your language. Maybe the best advice on this whole little mini lecture here. And don't think about it, right? And here's the funny part. I've got 2 master's degrees. I've been in the profession for over 20 years, going into my 25th year of teaching this semester. And here I get to say at the beginning of the semester, don't think, which just means don't get into the stinking thinking, right? Don't get into overthinking. Don't get into analyzing it at the time of creation. The writer will come back later and revise whatever she or he has completed, okay? So you do come back, you revise, you reread it, you edit it, but at the moment of creation, you don't care, is it good? You don't care if I like it. I don't care if you ever show it to anyone. And you, like I said, you get lost in it and you don't think about it. And you don't think about tomorrow. Worry not for the day, right? Don't think about, your appointment later. Think about what you're getting into in the moment. Get into the groove, get into the saddle, ride that horse and see where it takes you. Drive that car fast down the highway. Fasten your seatbelt, of course, look both ways at intersections. But get full throttle, get completely immersed, take a deep dive under the waterfall of Cummins Falls and just, when you're in the waterfall at Cummins Falls and you're getting it washed over, after a nice hike and the sun and the energy, you're not worrying about all your other little details. Get into writing as a practice means to get into it, like hiking Cummins Falls or driving your favorite car. You just feel, or dancing to your favorite music. You just feel it moving through you. It's an energy. And at that point, when you're in the prompt and the creation, the last thing you should be worried about is it right? Is Mr. Smith going to like it? Did I do it correct? I don't think anyone's going to want to read this. And definitely don't think about these things like punctuation, spelling, and grammar. Now, contrary to what some might think, I do care about those things. I just don't emphasize them. And I don't emphasize them at any point in this class. It's kind of boring to me to talk about, the rules of sentence structure. But when we workshop your papers, if you're struggling with that, I'll help you with anything. And I will teach spelling and grammar and punctuation all day long to the student who needs it in a one-on-one setting. And I said, when we workshop, because we're an online, so-called online work on your own course, you're going to have to set those up. I'm not going to make you set up any of those meetings with me, but voluntarily, we can get on a Google meeting. I'll send you the link. I think I already sent you the link, actually, but I'll send you the link again. We'll set a time. You'll share your paper with me. I prefer Google Documents, and we'll read it together in a workshop. I do those about 15 minutes a pop, and a lot can happen in 15 minutes that will help you be a better writer this semester. So take advantage of that offer, and I can do those pretty much to fit your schedule this semester. I'll work not on the weekends, but during the weekdays, I can be fairly flexible around your schedule. But we don't worry about that at first. And this is a metaphor. We're not advocating violence of any kind, but you go all in. I was teaching this once in the real classroom, and I asked a student to interpret it for me, and he said, go big or go home, show up, invest something energetically into this course. And I think you'll be satisfied with the results. And the results might be crap at the first time. I'm going to give a short mini talk on YouTube here at some point this semester about my favorite essay by one of my favorite writers called Crappy First Drafts. And here's the thing. We all write crappy first drafts. And that's just, that's why in this course, I'm encouraging you never to turn in a first draft, always to write at least 2, if not 3, 4, or 5 drafts when you turn it in for a grade. But it's okay if it's bad. And if you put forth the effort in this course, you're going to find that you're going to achieve good grades. I'll be sending out later a little grade sheet for each of the assignments as we go. And you'll see that a lot of that grade sheet is going to be based on your effort and your completion of the assignment. And the quality grade will be based on standards that will be communicated to you. So don't worry about it but get into it. Be present for it, do the work, but don't worry about it. Don't stress about it, because I want you to have a lot of fun, and I'm going to be here for you in any regard that you need my help. Annie Dillard said, one of the things I know about writing is this: spend it all, shoot it, play it, lose it right away, every time. Do not hoard what seems good for a later place in the book or for another book. Give it all and give it now. So just put forth your best you at every juncture of this course, and you're going to have a great time. It's going to be, and it's going to be an easy A for most of you once you do the work. Right? It's not easy if you procrastinate and avoid my emails and don't open my emails and all that kind of stuff. Then that'll be a pain in the what, because Tuesday's going to get here, Wednesday's going to get here, October is going to get here, Halloween, Thanksgiving, end of the semester, it's all going to get here. So pay attention to the time. And I'm terrible at time, and I don't get along. One of the reasons probably why I'm teaching in this modality is so I don't have to be stressed and anxious to the core about being late for your class. Okay. And those deadlines are important, that you do follow them. But again, grace and flexibility has been given to me throughout life, and I plan to give it to you guys because I want you to be successful and I want you to be happy and satisfied with this class. So think about this idea while you're here, and I mean in the biggest and in the smallest sense that you can imagine that. As soon as the video is over, sit down and write for 5 to 10 minutes. And say, I'm here because, and go and see what comes up and try it again. And if you end up liking the results of this, you can add it to one of the discussion forums. This is one of the questions in your first discussion post. So if you try this free write and you like it, just go ahead and drop it right away in the discussion. And it'll be there and it'll happen just like that. So I'm Mr. Smith. This is English Composition 1. First video. I hope to be dropping lots of these videos this semester. This 21 minutes is too long of a video. I'm going to try to keep them really short. So lots of short videos that you can watch, as you're moving about your day. You can just squeeze me in between your other responsibilities and just set aside a little bit of time for doing the assignments, right? Schedule an hour here and an hour there for this class, and you're going to do great. Just budget that time carefully. And my email is open. My books are open for scheduling appointments all semester long. And I'll be keeping a regular in-person office hour once a week at Henderson Hall. But we can do it on Google Meeting is actually my preferred way to do it. But I'm also happy to meet you in person. Mr. Smith, all my contact is in the messages I've sent you. And I look forward to maybe meeting a few of you over the course of the semester. But I'll definitely meet you in your writing and in your emails. And so I look forward to working with you this term. Congratulations for signing up for this course. I think you made a good choice. And I think I'm going to try to deliver some good content for you and also give you feedback that will satisfy your requirement. Your 3 hours and a good grade, an A or a B, is available to all of you. Thank you for signing up for my class. And I hope you have a beautiful day, whatever you're doing and whatever day you listen to this video. I hope you have an awesome day. Thank you.